In acknowledging the country in which Cathedral College Wangaratta stands, our Buri, Kogamulga and Uthu would like to give thanks to Birimi for all that is around us. We would also like to take this opportunity to acknowledge Totem, Nagoon, for looking over us as we go into each day with truth and service guiding our journey. Dirawara, we acknowledge the bravery of past, present and emerging Aboriginal and Babangarang peoples. Hello and welcome to the Year 7 information presentation for 2022. My name is Nick Jones and I'm the Principal of Cathedral College. I'd like to offer a big welcome to our new Cathedral College families who are coming into Year 7 for 2022. Also, a big hello to our current Year 6 families who will be moving into Year 7 next year. Unfortunately, we do have to present this information in an online version again. We were hoping to have the opportunity to bring everyone together in our normal on-site format, but unfortunately that hasn't been the case. But we certainly look forward to an opportunity in the not too distant future to have everyone on-site welcoming you for the 2022 school year. This presentation will give you information from key staff, including Head of Middle School and Head of Year 7, and you'll also hear from other staff regarding your subject choices, our pastoral care and wellbeing team, and all the other important information that you're going to require as you come into Year 7 in 2022. We are hoping that there will be an opportunity later on in the year, maybe at transition day, for our new Year 7 students to come on site and for us to welcome you formally at Cathedral College. Please enjoy the presentation ahead, and if you have any questions after this presentation, please feel free to get in touch with the college where we can answer any questions you may have. All the best and really looking forward to seeing you in 2022.
Good evening, parents and students. Welcome to the Year 7 2022 Information Evening, and I start by thanking you for taking up the opportunity to come along and hear from a number of key staff who will work directly with your son or daughter in the middle school. My name is Mrs. Brigid Perkins and I'm the head of the middle school, which looks after the academic and pastoral development of students in Year 6, Year 7 and Year 8. I've often discussed in both informal and formal conversations and reflections with students, parents and other members of our school community the key question of what is the purpose of a middle school, and a more personal question being, why do I love working in middle schools? A lot of focus and attention is often given to getting ready for senior school. As for some, they view this as the serious end or the more important end. But what do we want to achieve in middle school? Why is middle school equally as important, or some may argue more important? We need to remember and remind ourselves that there is so much change that happens throughout these formative years from Year 6 through to Year 8 for students emotionally, physically, and of course academically. So a middle school community needs to consider these big changes and work with students to understand how they are feeling and to understand what is going on in their worlds. As I regularly walk around the middle school, I often overhear the conversations that occur in Year 7, and they are definitely different from the conversations occurring in the junior school and senior school. They are often focused on new friendships, new relationships, a change in friendship groups, a change in relationships, dance routines, down ball results, birthdays. It's often hard to keep up with the ever-changing topics and excitement. But there is no doubt that feeling a sense of belonging is very, very important to all Year 7 students. That is why the middle school at Cathedral College is a space where we endeavour to build confidence, independence and individuality. It is an environment where we aim for students to trial their learning strategies, explore different avenues to their learning and be involved in an array of extracurricular activities with the goal of finding out what they enjoy, where their passions lie, and ultimately ask questions of themselves and inquire about the outside world. And whilst doing all of this, forming new relationships and not being afraid to meet new people with varying personalities and strengths. We can learn so much from others, and that is why we place importance on accepting all and not fearing difference but embracing it. Year 7 will bring lots of different subjects and classroom teachers, which is one of the major differences from the junior school years. Your homeroom teacher is your first point of call and the teacher you will see first thing in the morning. Your homeroom teacher will also teach you for one of your main subjects in Year 7, which will allow you to further connect and build a clear support network in our school setting. There is a homeroom session for 10 minutes at the start of every day, as well as an extended homeroom session held on a Wednesday. It is during these sessions that part of our school pastoral program is implemented. Throughout Year 7, we aim to conduct interactive, relevant and relatable sessions that focus on a range of topics such as building positive relationships, conflict management, digital citizenship, coping with changes and emotional challenges, and we now will need to focus on the changeable landscape of education based on the move between remote learning and on-site learning. We have the aim and vision that we are developing you all as lifelong learners and teaching you to be proactive and valued members of a modern community. As a middle school community, we also attend assembly and chapel services together, and a student support network extends from their homeroom teacher to the year level coordinator and head of school, as well as including the school counsellor and school chaplains. Our wellbeing programs are also part of the subjects that we offer in the middle school. We have integrated time dedicated to continuing to build our middle school culture and middle school learners, titled Community Time, that takes place on a Friday afternoon for all middle school students. It has allowed us to come together as a middle school and focus on key areas such as emotional wellbeing, the performing arts, physical wellbeing, positive influences, service, skill building and choice projects. Additionally, one of the most beneficial aspects of community time is allowing students to get to know others in differing year levels and age groups. Along with joining a new homeroom group, all Year 7 students will be joining a house group. Our house structure at CCW works with all students from prep through to Year 12. Our houses truly represent our P to 12 structure, and it provides students with an opportunity outside their traditional academic classrooms to meet students from different year levels and different sub-schools. Our 6 houses are led by our heads of house, who are supported by teachers connected to each house, as well as our junior school, middle school and senior school house captains. Throughout each school year, each student and house have the opportunity to compete in a range of activities, with all points going towards securing the House Cup, which is announced at the end of each year. Each house is also involved in fundraising throughout the year, and each house focuses on a charity of their choice. Along with our regular sporting and musical competitions, houses are also involved in coordinating some assemblies, and we now even have an annual House MasterChef competition, which has grown in popularity over the years. You'll spend time getting to know your head of house as well as students in your house through these competitions, but also during house time held on a Wednesday. Thank you for taking the time to listen and prepare for the transition to Year 7 at Cathedral College. I provided you with lots of new information, so please do not hesitate to contact me if you have any additional questions, and I look forward to working with you all next year. It is hoped that we are able to invite you all onto campus in Term 4 for a Discovery Day, as well as the District Transition Day held in December. I will now pass on to Mrs. Julie Findlay, our Director of Studies, to talk about subjects and academic learning in Year 7.
Welcome to Cathedral College. At Cathedral College, the curriculum has been designed to help you explore a wide variety of subjects, which we hope will allow you to do whatever you would like to do in the future. Incorporated into this curriculum are exposures to skills which will help you navigate situations which may arise, and most importantly, help foster a lifelong love of learning. We hope you will embrace your learning opportunities to establish important life skills such as organisation, lay strong foundations for future pathways, use the electives as a chance to explore new subjects. Some you will like and some you may not, but by trying these subjects you make informed decisions. The elective program is sequenced so that you can navigate and acquire skills through your schooling. And also take advantage of new opportunities in learning, sport, music and the arts. Instrumental music and choir we strongly encourage you to be involved with throughout your schooling. To lay strong foundations throughout your schooling, years 6 to 10, you will learn religious and values education, which is known as RAVE, English, maths, science, geography and history, and health and physical education. The sequence study of these core subjects helps you develop a broad understanding of the world and fosters an appreciation of the value of being active and healthy throughout your life. At the same time, you will develop skills to learn: homework, organisation, breaking down tasks, understanding how you learn best, will all be developed with increasing complexity as you travel through the years of schooling. Other skills that are really important are communicating, problem solving, critical thinking, and being creative. This can also help you find enjoyment and ownership in your learning. We also hope you will adopt an open mind to explore and discover new interests through our elective program. Electives are blocked into faculty groups. This is performing arts, physical activity, visual arts, and technology. Over the 2 years, you will experience 2 of these subjects in each faculty. Select wisely. Please don't select based on friendships. Your learning is sequenced to provide a breadth and development of skills over the years, which may help you to find new skills and passions. Whilst it may not be the same subject that you study each year, for instance, in visual arts, you might do 3D art one year and then visual arts another year. Or in food technology, you might look at cultural differences, or you might look at making a meal. There are so many topics or genres that you can explore during your time at Cathedral College. Also, as part of the elective program, you will add a LOTE subject, that is, a language other than English. At Cathedral College, students study German or Indonesian. If you are new to Cathedral College, you will experience a semester of an introduction to German and a semester of an introduction to Indonesian. If you are already at Cathedral College, you will need to select the subject, German or Indonesian, that you are studying at the moment. For a small number of students, you will study skills in consultation with Mrs. Perkins. To make your subject selections for electives, please complete the online selection form by ranking the subjects in each faculty in order. For example, in the performing arts selection, if you would like to study music first, you put a 1 next to the music and a 2 next to the drama. As if by magic, we will make these choices into a timetable. You will study 4 electives for 4 periods in each semester, so that is 8 electives in total. Remember to rank all of the subjects in each faculty on your online form. This automatically comes to the school, so we have your subject selections to make a timetable. Settling into Year 7 is an important step for any student and their family. To hear more about the Wellbeing Program and the support for your child as they grow, we will now hear from Mrs. Kerrylee Bonacci, the Year 7 Coordinator.
Thank you, Mrs. Findlay. The word transition means a process or a period of changing from one state or condition to another. For some of you, moving from Year 6 to Year 7 means transitioning from a primary school where you completed Year 6 to begin your secondary school as Year 7. For others, it will mean transitioning from a Year 6 classroom in the middle school area to a Year 7 homeroom. For some students, it may mean adapting to a bus schedule where you used to ride your bike or walk to school previously. Or it may mean moving your schooling experience from your hometown to Cathedral College at Wangaratta. For some of you, the transition to Year 7 will mean the opportunity to embrace making new friendships, experiencing new subjects, and being guided in your education by different teachers. For some students, the change may seem all very daunting. The transition from Year 6 to Year 7 will be different for all students, just as it will for your parents. For some parents, it may be the first year you are transitioning from a primary school to a secondary school parent. For others, it may be your last transition as your youngest completes primary education. And yet for others, it may be transitioning from having your child complete their first year of middle school to their second year of middle school. As I said before, the transition to Year 7 is different for each student and their parent. For some, this change may have been what they're waiting for. Some may feel overwhelmed, but most students will fall somewhere in the middle, and with a little support, everything will fall into place. Year 7 is a big learning curve for many students. They will experience failure, such as forgetting their locker code, or forgetting their diary, or forgetting their PE uniform. But it is also experiencing success, handing in their homework on time, reading their timetable, remembering their sports uniform, all in equal measure. And we as teachers and parents need to support them through both of these experiences without taking this experience itself away from them. We will help them learn from their failures and celebrate their successes. It will be important for both students and parents to allow the time for friendship groups to settle. Your child will be one of approximately 120 students. That's a lot of people to meet and connect with before settling into a friendship group. Traditionally, our discovery days allow for students to get to know each other, and this is sometimes the basis for making new friends for Year 7. However, we're mindful that this has not been a possibility for this cohort as yet, and therefore forming connections may take a little longer. In Year 7, students begin to explore their interests, values, and become open to new experiences. They may be in a homeroom with students they have never had to share a classroom with before. Sometimes this can shake up old friendship groups while creating new ones. It is not unusual for friendships that are rock solid in Year 6 to shift and change as students explore the possibility of aligning with a new friend they discover they have something in common with in Year 7. It is important to allow these things to develop while supporting all of our students as they find their feet in their new environment. Shortly, the book list will be mailed out. These contain the stationery and textbook requirements for each student that they will need to aid their learning success. Teachers are extremely mindful to only include the items necessary for the student to participate fully in their subject area, and it is expected that students will have their equipment ready at school during the first week of the commencement of classes. On the first day of school, the Year 7 students will have the first few periods to get organised with the assistance of their homeroom teacher. During this time, they'll be allocated a lock and a locker. They'll be issued with their timetables and given assistance to interpret it. Their timetable is one of their most valuable tools. They're encouraged to have a copy of their timetable in their student diary, in their locker, and in a prominent place at home. Students are expected to arrive at school in their full summer uniform. If they are timetabled to have PE later in the week, they will need to bring their PE uniform to school. Students wear their summer uniform to school and are given time to change into their PE uniform during class. At the conclusion of their lesson, they'll change back into their summer uniform. Students will receive their own copy of a student diary in their first homeroom. Homework will be new for some students. It is important to establish a routine and an appropriate place to study other than in front of the television. We encourage the students to develop good work habits that will aid them as they progress through the school. Homework is set by the subject teacher during their class, and students are encouraged to utilise their diaries as a means for recording important dates on the school calendar, as well as due dates for their assignments and homework that needs completing. Homeroom provides the opportunity to get familiar with other students in your homeroom. Homeroom teachers are your first point of contact regarding your child. They have a regular contact with your child in homeroom each morning and monitor their progress in their subject areas. If a matter needs looking into further, the homeroom teacher will refer it to me. And then, if need be, I will notify the head of middle school. Most things, however, will generally be managed with little fuss by the homeroom teacher. To assist with the year's transition into Year 7 and provide students with an opportunity to get to know each other a little more, we have the Year 7 camp early in Term 1. The camp at Howman's Gap is proven to be a wonderful experience for all students, as it allows the potential for students to build a rapport with each other and their teachers in a setting outside of the classroom. Students and teachers work together to overcome personal challenges, conquer fears, explore their strengths, enjoy and rely on each other to complete team activities. The camaraderie of the students on camp means that those who would otherwise be too fearful to try the giant swing or scale the high ropes course ask to have a second go. Those who've never ridden a mountain bike complete the whole course, and those who don't normally enjoy bushwalking make it to the top of the trail, spurred on by the encouragement of their peers. The students return from camp exhausted, but full of stories of their adventures in canoeing, archery, orienteering, abseiling and rock climbing. But more importantly, they return to school with a sense of belonging and the foundation of new friendships. Year 7s, I hope you do not feel too overwhelmed with the information you're receiving. You're not expected to remember it all. There will be reminders throughout the year, and your homeroom teachers will be there to assist you. Before I finish, if I can give you 2 pointers to help you to have a successful transition. The first is, the first few weeks are going to be hectic for you as students, for your teachers, and for your parents. Allow yourself the time to embrace the transition. At the end of the first term, you look back on your journey and think, that was easy, and wonder what all the fuss was about. The second point is this. Just remember, if you're travelling by bus for the first time, to take a look about you at all of the other students on the bus. They too had a first day at Cathedral College. Likewise, if you are walking, riding or being driven to school, have a look about you in the yard as you enter the gate. All of the students on the campus all had a first day and they all made it. As you follow the path of knowledge down the centre of the school, you can be sure you're in good company. The paths have been well trodden with students and teachers before you who all had a first day and all experienced and survived their transition into the Cathedral College School family. I look forward to welcoming you all on campus soon and working with you as your Year 7 year level coordinator. I will now pass on to Mr. Hedderman as the Head of Music.
Music is a vital part of the life of the college, from master singing at chapel services and our annual house music competition, through to instrumental music nights and college musicals. Students at Cathedral College have the opportunity to participate in a wide range of co-curricular musical experiences. Information regarding these will be promoted throughout the year in the daily bulletin. Many of our students choose to undertake individual instrumental tuition whilst at the college. We offer lessons in classical and contemporary piano, voice, violin, electric and acoustic guitar, electric bass, ukulele, and drum kit. Students in the program undertake a 40-minute lesson once a week on a rotating timetable. Students may study purely for pleasure or to work towards AMEB grade level exams. All instrumental students are invited to perform in the college's instrumental music nights. Application for 2021 instrumental music lessons will be made available during Term 4 of this year via the college website and bulletin.